Hey guys, David with Ultimate Survival Tips at Blade Show again. So I came by the K-Bar booth and I said, who wants to talk about some things that they're excited about the K-Bar has come out with recently? And they pointed me to this guy. So I'm talking to this guy, Ethan, right? And my buddy Derek, who's shooting the video, he's like, Becker, I know your name. And so I'm like, Ethan Becker, I know your name too. I'm really glad to meet Ethan Becker here at the K-Bar booth. And I know you guys are too, because the most requests I've got for a knife review has been the BK2. So I asked Ethan what he's excited about. So he pulled out a few knives to tell you about today. And so I've talked enough. We're going to let Ethan talk now. All right. Yeah. So this guy is called what?
This is a BK17. Okay. In my view, about the perfect bushcraft knife. Yes, you can skin with it. I can still keep a finger down in here and get right up for skinning. Yep. To me, if you can use your finger as the point of the knife when you're skinning, you are way ahead of the game. A lot of control.
And that knife's perfectly sized to do that.
Right.
Yep.
And yes, you can do moderate batoning with it. I mean, if you get a nasty piece of knotty hemlock or desert juniper, don't baton it. Don't because you may regret it. And this is one of my everyday carry items as a Victorinox rucksack, and I do light batoning with this, but I'm very, very careful. Just a couple things about this.
Okay.
This knife or its drop point equivalent, or the BK2 are the ones that I'm always gonna want to have with me. I always want one of these around my neck, and I want a rucksack, and maybe I want a second one of these in a pocket.
You're spoiled. Don't rough it until you have to, right?
Pampered. Spoiled has such bad connotations. But basically, the steel we use is a carbon steel, and that's one of the reasons that the price of Becker knives is where it is.
Which is a good price.
Yeah, it's a good price. And as far as I'm concerned, you have to go probably 4 to 5 times the price to get an equivalent in stainless. We make one of these. We make the Escobar version of this in D2 as well as a 1095, and D2 is an almost stainless. It's like within 1 percentage point in Europe it's considered stainless, I think. There was a big argument about that last night.
Okay, there was. I'm glad I left early.
Yes, you were smart. Stainlesses, by and large, are very difficult to sharpen if they're hard enough to be any worthwhile. This thing you can sharpen on a rock if you got to. And a couple of licks on a fine India stone, bingo, you're right back up again. The guys on the forum, or my forum, which is on Blade Forums, call these the 3 knives in this series the tweeners.
Okay.
Because they're in between a neck knife and the monsters.
Okay, so that's a neck knife.
Yeah.
Okay.
I started to work on this. I had a Spanish little sheath knife.
Okay.
And it had all kinds of little things that it did, and I'm a gadget freak, and I had to have one, and it was garbage. Okay. So as most of the time when I've come up with something that's worked for people, it's I bought something that didn't work, and I figured out ways to make it work. So I worked on it for years. The biggest problem I had was sheaths, because I thought of it as a sheath knife, a belt knife. And probably 10, 12 years into this project, I'm looking through my neck knife collection and, checking out my stuff and all that stuff. And all of a sudden I go, you are so stupid, Ethan. That isn't a belt knife, that's a neck knife. And it was very successful. And when I got to K-Bar, we increased the thickness a little bit, full height grounded. And Paul Tujimoto at K-Bar came up with this really marvelous sheath, I think. Now, this is 2.2 ounces of steel. You can do moderate batoning with it. You can skin with it. You can Do your fingernails with it. Absolutely, for 2.2 ounces.
That's nice.
That's a lot of night.
Yeah. How'd you get the weight down? Is there anything special about?
No, I just tried to take everything out that didn't need to be there.
Okay.
Norwegians and the Swedes and the Finns and the American Indians all used to carry their knives around their neck. There are certain advantages to this. In the wintertime, you don't have to take off all your clothes to get to your knife. You just have to reach down in here. I mean, a lot of times you got your coat open in the woods anyhow.
Yep.
So you just reach down in there, pull it out, do what you need to do, put it back in. Hands find hands to get it back in. You're not trying to avoid slicing part of your ham off, getting it back in the sheath. And you just drop it right back in there.
Nice.
And at 2 ounces, if you tie the thing so that the 550 cord's doubled around your neck,
okay,
you don't even notice it's there.
Nice. So it does come with paracord?
It comes with paracord and a sheath.
Okay.
Now you can also put it in a pocket.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay. It's thinner than 90% of the quote tactical folders that are out there. And although it's pretty sturdy, it's hard to get it out. If you push with your thumb, so when you've got it in your pocket, you just push and it's already out.
Okay, nice. If people want to find this on wherever, Amazon, the K-Bar site, what is this called? What do you?
It's a Becker Necker or BK11.
BK11, and it's made out of what?
1095 Crovan.
Okay, and does this little notch thing in the end have any significance?
Yeah, if you need to open, after you've worked hard, you need to be able to open an adult beverage.
Okay.
And a premium adult beverage requires some kind of assistance. And then this little guy in here
bottle opener. Okay.
is a wire breaker. I feel stupid saying this, but make sure it's in the sheath when you break wire.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember writing that up in the directions, and I'm thinking, I feel so stupid saying
Just
this.
Saying it, but you
Yes.
you got to say it.
Yes.
You gotta say
So,
it.
yeah.
Okay, so that's the Becker Necker,
Right.
and we will put links to this knife so you can get to it real quick in the video description on YouTube, which will be below this video. And we're going to come back with Ethan, and we're going to talk about some other cool stuff next. All right, we'll be back with you in a little bit. All right. For your convenience, I've included links to all the gear that we've talked about and parts 2 and 3 of my interview with the great Ethan Becker in the video description on YouTube. Just click the Show More tab under this video. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And for more gear reviews, survival tips, and survival news, check out ultimatesurvivaltips.com. While you're there, grab our monthly survival e-mag, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter to get the latest news and be the first to hear about the great gear giveaway contests we have planned. Okay, this is David. I hope to see you on the other side, and remember, be prepared because you never know.